What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Allison and today I'm going to be talking about how I cured my acne. So how I got from this picture to this picture. I actually posted a 30-minute long video talking about my entire journey with acne from 7th grade all the way up until now. Talk about all of the details, feeling self-conscious, anxiety, depression. So if you guys are curious, I'm going to leave that link down below in the description. If you're dealing with acne currently, I feel like it might be a huge help to you just to make you realize that you're not alone, because for me, that was my biggest concern. I felt so alone, especially with all of those feelings. I felt so self-conscious, but definitely go and watch that video. Again, I'm gonna leave it linked down below. But as for this video, it's gonna be super concise and I'm just gonna list off the things that I'm doing today that have helped cure my acne and have kept it clear. I got down to a list of 5 things that I'm doing today. In the future, I'm going to be putting out more videos talking about each of these things independently and going really into the details. I don't wanna make some super long video that nobody's gonna watch, so I feel like breaking it up might be really helpful. So if you guys aren't subscribed, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you guys can be notified whenever I post new videos. But with that being said, let's just go. Let's just start. So the first thing on my list is diet. So diet has had the biggest impact on my acne thus far. When it comes to diet, I don't eat gluten and I don't eat dairy. I found out I was intolerant to gluten back in summer of sophomore year of college, so like 3 or 4 years ago I found out I was intolerant to gluten. After I found out I was intolerant to gluten, I stopped eating gluten and I noticed a subtle change in my skin, and that's when I decided that diet might have a bigger impact than a lot of people think on the skin. So I did some more research and I found out dairy might be a factor in my skin. So I cut out dairy completely and it had the biggest change on my skin. I mean, just a few months, I could notice my skin breaking out less and less and less, and then all of a sudden there were just scars on my skin from what I had, and I wasn't getting any new breakouts. So I'm pretty strict when it comes to not eating gluten or dairy. Gluten is more so for my stomach and my intestines. We'll talk a little bit more like about my GI tract in a little bit, but dairy is very, very specifically because of my acne. I do believe that if dairy causes my acne, I am intolerant to it, because if your body doesn't agree with the food and it's having a bad, what's the word? A bad what? A bad symptom? I don't know. If you're getting acne because you're consuming dairy, I would say that you're allergic to it. So when it comes to diet, I don't eat gluten, I don't eat dairy, and I can eat other things. I mean, everyone thinks that because I don't eat gluten or dairy, they're like, what do you eat, like cardboard? Yeah, sometimes. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, so I'm very, very strict on those 2 things, and they have definitely helped my acne more than I can explain. Talking about diet is actually a video I'm gonna be trying to post in the next few weeks, just because I could talk all day about how dairy affects my skin, and I'm sure it affects a lot of people's skin out there, so be on the lookout for that video. But I'm gonna continue on. So the next thing I have, which is going off of diet, is gut health. So for me personally, I have a very, very bad stomach. I don't know how to say that, like GI tract. So for me personally, inflammatory diseases run in my family. My mom has a lot of problems with her digestive tract, and I've definitely noticed a huge problem in my digestive tract. I'm not gonna go too much into detail because I don't want it to like be weird, but I do suffer with something called IBS. I'm not gonna explain it, but you guys can look it up. I've also, by self-diagnosis, have realized I might have something called leaky gut syndrome, which is basically, I don't want to explain it and sound dumb, but you guys can go and look it up. Basically, bottom line, I have a very, very bad intestinal tract, and I think that's been a result of me consuming antibiotics for a majority of my life. I talk more about that in my other video, but bottom line, I took antibiotics for 2 to 3 years for my acne, and I feel like it completely destroyed every good bacteria that was going on in my body. I firmly believe that if you have a really great gut, that it's going to show not only in your skin but also in your mood and not having fatigue and anxiousness and all of that stuff. I've definitely been trying to get better at like probiotics, prebiotics, and just like taking care of my gut in general, because I know for me, gut has wreaked havoc on my life, and I know it's probably because of taking those antibiotics, but trying to get better at that. And I've noticed that when everything is running smoothly, again, not trying to be TMI, but when everything is going smoothly, my skin and my mood levels and all of that stuff is just so great. So gut health is number 2. So the third thing is hormone imbalance. And it's actually really funny because I feel like all of these things on my list is just like so linked together, and one is like on top of another and on top of another, and it's just like a domino effect. I'm sure that eating dairy full of hormones is not good for my hormone levels, and then also having bad gut health and having no good bacteria in my body is another bad thing for my hormone imbalance. So all of these things just kind of line on top of another. For me, hormone imbalance, I really want to see a holistic doctor in the future and just talk about my hormones in general. I just haven't been able to find a doctor that I trust, and a doctor who isn't just like all rainbows and sunshine, but also isn't like, here, let me give you an antibiotic and fix it. I'm just trying to find a doctor that is a happy medium between those two. But I have found a pill that has helped with my hormones a lot, and that is the pills called Balance by Alani Nu. Alani Nu has helped me with balancing out my hormones. I mean, where are they? Oh, they're actually right here. Hold on. So I actually have the pills right here, and on the pill bottle it says it is made for hormone balance, weight management, improved mood, and it supports complexion and brighter skin. So this is what the pill bottle looks like. You guys can get it at GNC or online. I'm pretty sure Amazon has it as well. I actually came across it on accident, but I actually filmed a review on these pills earlier this month on my channel, so I'm gonna leave that link down below so you guys can go and watch that. I've been taking them since October of 2018, so almost a year. We're coming up on like 9 months, I think. But these pills have really taken my skin to the next level when it comes to being clear. I cured my acne to a specific point, but I believe that there's a deeper like hormone imbalance that I might have, and I'd love to go to a holistic doctor and talk more about that. Until I do that, I'm gonna stay on these pills. I do one day hope to be off of these pills, but in the meantime, they have been a huge help to me. They're not like antibiotics or anything, and it's not gonna be bad for my gut, so I'm glad I found these pills. Definitely recommend giving them a try if you guys can. But again, go and watch that other video because I talk a lot more about like all of the details. So the fourth thing I'm gonna be talking about is topical treatments. I feel like I could talk about this for 30 minutes and it still wouldn't be long enough, but I'm just gonna break it down really quick, and then later on when I talk, I'm gonna post another video talking about this more in depth. So topical treatments, growing up, I feel like I was always taught by dermatologists and TV commercials and friends that if you use a certain type of cleanser or a mask or put this on your face overnight and you're gonna wake up with clear skin, but I know that's not the case. For me, I've tried so many topical treatments. I've tried prescription, I've tried over the counter, I've tried, Clearasil, I've tried Proactive, I've tried like all of these types of topical treatments. But at the end of the day, something I've realized is that you're doing too much by putting all of these chemicals on your face, and you're drying out your skin, and your body knows how to handle itself. Acne is just a symptom of something else going on in your body, and if you're putting all of these chemicals on your face, they can really dry your skin and cause you to break out even more. So for me personally, topical treatments, when it comes to topical treatments, I like to keep it vegan, and I like to keep it as raw as possible, organic. I like to be able to read the ingredients on the side of the bottles. I like to keep it as basic as possible. So I will be posting a skincare routine, but just to talk about briefly, I do love Lush Cosmetics. I've found that Lush Cosmetics have made a really big difference in my skin. Right off the bat, I thought to myself, like, why would I put something that feels so greasy on my face? But then, I wake up the next morning and my skin is completely fine, and my skin needed that moisture. So it's really just just finding the products that are right for you, but nothing that's gonna be too drying. That's not to say that I never use products with benzoyl peroxide or products like that, but I really try to limit those products and I don't use those every day. Again, I'm gonna be making a skincare video, so just stay tuned for that, and I'm gonna talk about that more in depth. But bottom line, I like to keep it as simple as possible, and I don't like to go overboard because I feel like my skin hates when I do that. The fifth and final thing is lifestyle choices. So this is a pretty broad thing to say. When it comes to lifestyle choices, I'm talking about stress and how I'm living my life, working out, and just making healthy lifestyle choices. During college, I was pretty stressed for multiple reasons. The main reason was I was stressed because of my acne, but I was also stressed because of classes and working and maintaining relationships, and it was a lot for me. So I've realized now personally that I like to, how do I say this? I like to just live a little bit more of a balanced lifestyle. When I go to work, but when I come home, I'm at home, I'm relaxing. I like to do yoga classes, and I like to meditate and play those 10-minute long meditation videos on YouTube. I know those sound super cheesy, and like back in the past I probably would have been like, no, I'm not trying that, that's so stupid and like whatever, and been too judgmental. But these days I just feel like that helps so much. Even waking up in the morning before I get ready for work, and I give myself just 10 minutes. I have a nice glass of tea with hot water, lemon, honey, and I just sit, and it's either reading a book or, you know, just finding a way to wake up that's not just like rolling over, going on your phone, or waking up, getting ready, going to work, working, and then coming home, and then like, I don't know. I just feel like taking time for yourself has been so important for me and just my stress levels, and it's made me a happier person, which I feel like if you're happy, it has to do something with like your body and how your body is reacting to certain things. Aside from that, I would also say working out would go into this category. Even if I'm not in the mood to have a very long, you know, grueling workout, even just taking 20 minutes and taking my phone and walking on the treadmill and putting up a YouTube video or calling my mom or calling a friend or whatever, that's really relaxing for me. Yes, I do believe that you should get your heart rate up, and I think that has something to do with your hormone balance in general as well. Going off of working out, drinking water, just eating healthy. I know I already talked about diet. Just living a balanced life and like expressing gratitude and just like all of that fluffy stuff, like it actually works. So that's where I'm gonna leave this video. Wow, it got super dark. I didn't even realize that. It's like really dark outside. Anyways, so those are all of the things I'm doing today that are helping my acne. I'm sure I left some things out, but that's also why I'm going to make 5 videos talking about these things in general. If you guys are curious to hear more about these things and you want to hear all the details and you want to ask me questions, if you guys ask questions down in the description, I'll be sure to cover them in the video of their respective category. I know that when I dealt with acne, it really affected me to my core. I was deeply depressed, anxious, I felt so alone, I was always crying. It was just such an emotional, I don't even know what to call it, like a roller coaster. It was just so hard for me. So I'm hoping that by me sharing this, it gives you guys motivation. And I know that all of these things might not help your acne, but I just want to give you guys the motivation to find out what's causing your acne and really dive deep and don't give up, because if I would have given up, then I would still be miserable to this day. Okay, now I'm just like going off on a tangent. Anyways, be sure to subscribe. And once again, hit that notification bell, because I'm going to be coming out with tons of content relating to acne and skincare and gut health. And I literally love all those types of videos, just like what I eat in a day and like trying out new products and just all of that stuff. I just feel like it's such a passion of mine because it's affected me so much. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys stick around. With that being said, I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.